Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, thank you for joining us. Thanks for subscribing. As you've read on the title, yeah, we kind of maybe got chased, and I don't even know how we decided to discover this place to do an investigation, but we also got no footage because what we usually do is that we set up prior to, like, we kind of check it out ourselves, then we go and set up, turn on all our cameras, like, just make sure the setting that we're trying to do actually, you know, is appropriate and good for our cameras, and it picks us, like, our face and stuff, you know, because obviously you go at night, it's dark. Bad idea. Wrong. So, okay. What had happened was, okay, in Esmond, Arizona, technically it's not Esmond, Arizona, but that's what it previously was called. There's this desolate area marked by one of the deadliest railroad disasters, like, ever in state history. And honestly, I think they actually just celebrated, not celebrate, but, like, brought up like, this tragedy on the news a couple years ago, even though, like, this whole runaway train incident took place, I want to say, almost like 120 some odd years ago. I think it was like early in the morning, I believe, like, toward the end of January, in the early, I want to say, like, 1903 or something like that. There were two trains that actually collided head on due to lack of communication. Anyways, there was a lack of, they were both trains coming, like, opposite ways, were speeding to try to get to wherever they were trying to get to on time, and they hit each other head on at 3 o'clock in the morning. Mind you, this place that we're, like, when we were trying to figure out where this place was, we're already heading down here at, like, midnight. It's late at night, dark, but it's not scary. It's like heading over there, and we were actually supposed to go somewhere else, but we didn't feel like doing any, like, half urban exploration type deal. So we ended up going there because my significant other was just like, hey, I found this old crash site that had, like, I don't know, like 14 people died there, and I think about, like, 18 people just got extremely injured. And obviously back then they didn't really have, like, IDs. They had more like those work card things, and that was kind of like the only way to identify them, but we don't know if they were carrying them, we don't know if it was children, we don't know if it burned up, we just have no idea. And obviously that was way back then. It says that it immediately caught fire from the stoves used to heat the passenger cars and coal from the tenders. And to get to this area, you are turning off of a main street onto a dirt road. This isn't like a place that you can get trespass, or, like, it doesn't have a trespass warning. If anything, it has like a little cattle grid, and you kind of need a truck to go on this road, which we decided to go. Now, this is some of the before I even get into the story, I'm gonna tell you, this is some of the paranormal reports that I found before I wanted to even make this video. And this is after everything, because I had been contemplating making this video for a couple days, because you'll see. So with the attempt of this, like, investigation, supposedly when people visit, they hear sounds of, like, screaming, moans, mournful whistles of the train, like, late at night, because remember, it crashed at 3 in the morning, right? It was only about 12. We probably got to the site at about 12:45, because it was a bit of a drive, but, like, since I've never been down this road, I wasn't gonna drive fast. I learned the road as I go, so just in case for whatever reason we need to escape, like, I know how to speed out of there fast. Another one of the things is, like, there's a common sighting of a ghost light, a strange bobbing light that resembles a lantern or a flashlight moving through the desolate fields where the crash occurred. And this is, like, you know, something that's not unheard of. Mind you, this area where this crash occurred now, like, in present day, it's about approximately 280 acres of desert. Everything in this area, 200 and some odd acres of land, of just deserted land, is a lot. Like, no one should be out there at that time of night. I don't know, like I said, I'm not saying that I'm not a believer. All I'm saying is that this is our experience, and this we'll also do a part 2, because we're gonna go there during the day, and we're gonna show you exactly where all this occurred. So now let's get past, like, that, I guess, the sightings and stuff. Sometimes I guess people supposedly heard, like, disembodied voices or conversations, but I mean, I'm also not putting it past it either, because a lot of people did unexpectedly die. They could be stuck there, we don't know. But also, what we were looking for in this location, like, we found the area where supposedly, like, the train station was supposed to be. I guess that the actual train station I think it burned down a few years ago, so that wasn't still standing there. But wherever I believe like the conductor slept or some workers or something, supposedly that building was still standing there. But I honestly, we weren't really expecting anything to be standing there. It was just more trying to find the general area, because the general area is still like available to be seen, and it's also blocked off. We traveled to Esmond to conduct our own investigation, fully prepared for a long night of waiting. But let me just say this. We turn on the road. Now here we are getting to our story. We turn onto the road and we're just like, whoa, like the vibe just changed. Like we were farting around or whatever, but the vibe changed when we got onto this dirt path, because we're getting off of, like I said, the street to the dirt road. We're driving down this dirt road, right? Like, mind you, I don't have a flood light on my Jeep or anything. I don't have a light bar. I just have my regular schmegular Jeep lights and my bright lights. I'm over here holding this at what, 2 and 10, like on the steering wheel, because I'm just locked in. We're driving down this road. It's a little bumpy. We don't really see like any like snakes or anything. Cracking jokes, like probably just wondering like, oh, what could possibly be down there, right? So we keep going, and like, I can't lie, when we go on investigations, I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to say that I'm always scared. I'm not going to say that I'm not scared, but I'm not scared to the point where like I want to go home. You know, if anything, it's more like excitement. Like I'm so excited to see what we're going to uncover in these certain locations, right? But this one particular one, I was genuinely scared to the point like I just felt uneasy. And like my significant other, he's like, okay, like, you know, we can just turn around, like it's not even that big of a deal. But mind you, we had already driven like a cool little minute past, you know, like you can't see the city behind us anymore, because we're deep into this place. Because it kind of like, when you're going, you're straight, and it's like, you know, slowly kind of going down because the desert, and you like go up a little bit. So obviously like there's a couple hills in our way where we can't really see what's behind us. And it wasn't until we got to that part that I was telling you guys that's like this like dirt walls on the side of the road. So it's like the road in the middle with the dirt on the side that's higher, much higher, like at least another 6 feet higher than our car, is when I sat there and I was like, damn, like I'm a little scared. Like I want the windows up, I want the doors locked. Like I'm scared. I'm genuinely scared. Like the map is like, oh, well, if you keep going, it should lead you out like into the new build neighborhoods. So I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not about to just turn around after we just came out here to do this investigation. Like I'm not going to wimp out. And he's like, okay. Everyone's in the car like, okay. And we're driving, and I was like, oh my God, there's a gate. We pulled up and there's a gate right in front of us. I was like, I think this is it. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I get as close to the gate as possible, because mind you, like I'm trying to see if the gate's locked. I'm trying to see if I can open it to get through it without like disturbing things. Mind you, I didn't know that the gate was locked, but it's not even like, it's not like a fence. It's literally just like those pole gate things like that you see in the front of a school, and it's just like, you know, they flip open and it like it's locked right in the center. My brother, he's like, oh, can I get out? And I'm just like, yeah, sure. And then my sister-in-law, she's just like, oh, like, can I go too? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like obviously, like I trust her going with my brother, them two together, because it's like I'd rather them be together than like one or the other by themselves. Significant other, he's like, he opens the door just to like prepare himself for anything. He was gonna pull out our audio recorder device that we have that picks up like very faint noises, and he was gonna put on his headphones and connect it and all that stuff. But he's standing up just watching the kids. So he's watching them. He tells me, hey, you know, mind you, my car's still on and the lights are still flashing in their general direction. Mind you, by this time they're probably about like, I don't know, 60 feet in front of us at this point. And he's like, oh, just, you know, turn off the car and turn off your lights. So they have their flashlights on. I turn the car off. I turn the lights off. Mind you, before this happened, like I heard a hum, and the hum was like, but like I thought it was my sister-in-law. But the way that this voice sounded, like I didn't think anything of it at the time, but it sounded like you know, that she would do. So I guess my husband didn't hear it. Like he didn't like bat an eye or anything. And mind you, like they're far away enough to where like I can't hear their specified conversation because they're not talking too loud, but I could hear, you know, every few words, like if they raise their voice a little bit. So car's off, lights are off. My brother, he has an EMF reader, and he's like, you know, are there any spirits here? Blah, blah. Mind you, we haven't set up no cameras, no nothing. We're just trying to see, we're seeing this area for the first time, you know? So we never even looked at it during the day. So we don't really know what's actually over there. So he's like, are there any spirits here? Blah, blah. Next thing you know, I guess they heard something. Mind you, remember, I can't hear everything that they're hearing. I guess they heard something. And my brother's like, F that. He turns and he's like, let's go. And he takes off. My sister-in-law takes off. Like, they're running like I've never seen some people run before. Like, I've never seen them run. I haven't seen my brother run like that since he was in, like, basic training. And my sister-in-law, I don't think she's ran like that since she was in, like, elementary school. So they're running back. They duck slide under this gate thing that we're at. My brother snatches over open my door. My sister-in-law's over here trying to open the door. And he's like, go, go, go. And I'm like, okay, like, mind you, while they were running back, like, I was already scared, you know, but I was feeling a little bit more confident at first before this happened because they were outside. They looked like, you know, they were just farting around like we were almost the whole drive over here. But as soon as they started running, nope, I turned that car right back on. I was rolling the windows up because I remember I had rolled the windows down so I could look out the window or like hear any noises. You know what I mean? I just like to be aware, have all my senses tuned in. So I'm turning on the car. I toss it in reverse and he's like, go, go. I gas it. I like turn my thing because mind you, I'm on this road. The road's not that big. Like only one car could really fit down there unless you squeeze to the side that the plants are on. So I turn my steering wheel and I reverse back. I put it in drive. I reverse forward. I put it back. I'm reversing back. Then I drive forward again. I'm gassing it. I'm just like, I'm taking off. And I'm scared. I'm holding onto the steering wheel like this. I'm looking at my left side mirror. I didn't even look at my rear view mirror because just I see big old heads, you know, them in the back seat. So I look at my left mirror and I see a freaking light, like a weird light. I want to say, like, I swear till this day it looked like a flashlight. I don't really know. Mind you, I knew no background knowledge of what you could possibly find out here, what paranormal stuff, nothing. I knew nothing about this except some people died here. There was a train accident. It was the worst in Arizona, and that's it. That's all the information that I knew, and that you take a dirt road to get there. So I'm scared. I'm like, dude, there's a light back there. Like, there's a light. Mind you, remember I said this is 280 some acres of land, dirt. No one should be out there at all. There's no houses nearby. There's no walking trails. Like, this is not a place you walk. Maybe you could ride your ATV, blah, blah. Like, I'm speeding. My significant other, he's like, you could slow down. And I was like, no. I was like, what if it was someone on an ATV? What if it was someone crazy? Like, the ATV could go a little bit faster than me, like, because I'm in this Jeep. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I got the best off-roading tires. I got the all-terrains, you know? It's not mud terrain. And I'm scared. I told you I'm scared. And my brother's like, okay, I'm going to tell you. I'm like, no. I was so scared at this point. I was just gassing it through there. I was like, tell me when we get onto the street. Tell me when we get on the street. So we're heading to the street. My brother's like, okay, like, can I tell you now? I was like, yeah. And he's like, look, he's like, when we went out there, like, we heard like a hum. And I was sitting there, like, I swear my eyes were just like, because obviously they couldn't see me, but I was feeling like I heard the same hum, you know? And then he's like, no, like, when I had the EMF reader and I was saying, like, oh, is anyone there, blah, 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 or whatever he said he heard a, hey. And, like, that's my sister-in-law. I was like, she was like, you heard that shit too? Like, I heard the same thing. And that's when they took off running because it sounded like it was coming from the side my husband was on. But, like, mind you, it was dark, but, like, we didn't see not one person, like, in that general vicinity for the voice to even be that somewhat close but far at the same time. Like, it was strange. And it was like, to the point, my husband was over here looking out of the window when we were leaving because, like, he knew, like, legit I was scared. He knew legit my brother was scared. He knew his sister was scared. Push come to shove, we just decided to call it a night. We ended up going home because it was just too much. We didn't catch it on camera because it was one of those things, like, we were just getting prepared. We didn't have our cameras on. Not everything we do, we turn on the cameras right away because we don't really know what we're going to show. Like, and we kind of just want to get familiar with our surroundings. But if you made it this far into the story, thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. and I appreciate everyone that does watch it, and I will see you soon with a new video. Also, comment down below if you want a part 2, and I'll post a video of what it looks like during the day with all of us there investigating, and then we'll kind of show you where we heard all these like strange noises and whatnot. But yeah, thanks, bye.